Good evening. First, thank you, Officer Sandra, for the nice presentation. Now, one of the things that I need to do is to-do list. And the first thing in my to-do list is to prepare a to-do list. Anyway, honestly speaking, today I don't have any kind of presentation because usually I like to look people in the eye quite directly and involve them in what I would like to do and share. We all consume food, and the reason we consume the food is simply because it's delicious and we need it as a source of energy. However, what we don't know is that these kind of food that we actually eat can either be beneficial for us in terms of giving us what we want, or basically they can have an adverse effect and eventually lead to unwanted kind of reactions. Once in a lifetime, I'm quite sure that one of you has experienced something after eating something, and it either has been immediate kind of reaction or a delayed kind of reaction. So how many of you here have eaten peanuts, banana, strawberry, or anything, and you had what we call an anaphylactic shock? Or at least you know somebody who did. Anyone? You ladies and gentlemen who raise your hand, this is what we call a type 1 hypersensitivity. It's a kind of anaphylactic shock that takes place immediately after consuming that food. And this is where the danger is lying within. Why? Because if you do so, you have an aggressive kind of reaction, you exhibit symptoms on the spot, and you are likely to go to the hospital in order to take a shot. If not, you might have, God forbid, the chance to die. Knowing that, you extremely go not touching bananas, not touching strawberry or peanuts or whatever is causing you that kind of hypersensitivity. But we don't know there is another kind of accumulated over time kind of hypersensitivity that goes silent and sneaks into your body without exhibiting actual symptoms. So you might be consuming food that will accumulate inside your body, but it does not show. Although it is harmful, it stays there and it does not tell you, I was the reason. But eventually, you will be feeling a kind of discomfort after a certain period of time. And this is something that we call not an allergy, rather than intolerance. So we need really to differentiate between what I am allergic to and what I am intolerant to. I could be allergic to something but tolerant. But I can be intolerant and not allergic. I would not exhibit symptoms. Now, even in the terminology of intolerance, people, they do have a vague kind of terminologies. Even the doctors themselves, they don't know how to classify it. There are two types of intolerance, as we call it. One is something that you have been born with. It's due to the lack of an enzyme, it's due to the lining of your stomach, something you have been given birth to existing. This is how God created you. This is, as we call it, a non-immune kind of intolerance. Example is lactose intolerance. Those who have intolerance to lactose, they have been created, or they have been living actually with a deficiency of an enzyme which is important to break down the lactose. However, there is another kind of intolerance which falls in between allergy and intolerance, which is your antibody is mediated or responsible to do. So our immune system, which initially functioned to protect us against the invaders and to fight our battles for us so we don't get sick, is basically the one which is causing us the trouble. How is that? If I might use the help of a few of my friends, come on, please. I'll just do you a little role play to what happens exactly inside your body. Yep, absolutely, please. Please welcome Camp. Now, let us assume I am the immune system. I am the person who is responsible basically to fight back your battles in order to get you prevented from getting sick. And he is a kind of delicious food. Look at him. He's in which I consumed. Now, regularly, my immune system should actually pass by, look at the guy, and say, you are not really harmful, go along. And we pass on. However, in certain circumstances, what happens, if he stays longer than the usual, the immune system will start to get suspicious and irritated. If I'm passing by, yeah, okay, you're a nice gentleman, please go on. Then I will do one circulation. Getting back after 1 hour, I will look at him and you go like, what the hell is you are doing here? Go back to your seat, go back to your seat. And we will start that kind of argument and fight. This is actually what happens inside your body. You might be consuming a food which is normally your body supposed to digest, break down, get the useful material, and everybody lives in peace. However, certain kind of food, due to your genetic reactions or due to a combination between two types of food, they stay longer than they're supposed to be, in which the immune system triggers thinking that this must be a germ. If it was a food, it would have gone by now. And it starts basically producing these kind of antibodies in order to fight you back. Now, we fought back. Go back to your seat. Immune system wins, but I go living alerted, basically looking at him. Is he going to come back? Is he going to come back? Until a certain period of time, if I don't see him anymore, I will be relaxed. I will feel that he is not there. But the minute he comes in again, I will be re-irritated because I have seen you before and you are intending to stay long. This is a kind of intolerance which we call it is an immune system mediated intolerance, and it is highly common within the community without even knowing. A lot of people have been working in this field for over 15 years now. I've seen a lot of cases. A lot of people, they come and tell you, you, ma'am, do you suffer from anything? Do you have any complaints in your daily life? Really? What are they?
My sinuses.
Your sinuses?
They hurt right now.
Oh, that must be me, not the food, basically. Anyway, I'll speak to you after that. A lot of people, if you generally ask, let's do a quick stats. How many of you live unhappy now or feeling a discomfort now, other than me, in terms of the reason? But in general, how many of you is having a discomfort now? Nobody. Or mostly, you can live with it. Why? Because you actually got used to the fact that this is how it should be. However, if I actually make your life more easy and comfortable and make you live in a nicer level of life, more happy, more relaxed, then you will notice the difference. I had so many cases in which people said, I don't complain of anything. I don't have any troubles. I don't exhibit gastrointestinal tract symptoms. I sleep well. I breathe well. I don't have headaches. I am really energetic. But yes, to what you actually got to know during your life experience. However, if I do you a test, I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that 99.9% of you will have at the least, 7 kinds of foods that you are consuming on a daily basis that does not fit your body. The minute I let you out and tell you, stop, don't eat these, within 2 weeks of time, you will be a totally new person. You will feel the difference and you go like, where I was and now where I am. The minute you try to reintroduce that food into your body, you will not accept it. You will have a high rejection. Why? Simply because I moved your body from a used-on state, which you are all in now, to a more comfy, relaxing state. I showed you what life should be. So if I put you back in that state, you will notice the difference for sure. Be careful about what you put in your mouth. Anything which comes from the outside can be basically a foreigner, can induce a reaction or immune reaction, and can cause you troubles of any kind, even if you believe otherwise, even if you don't suffer from symptoms. Thank you.